We all carry stories inside of us, a tapestry woven from moments lived, lessons learned, and emotions felt. These stories shape who we are, influencing our perceptions, our relationships, and our journey through life. They are the silent companions that walk alongside us, whispering reminders of where we've been and hinting at where we might go. Some joyful, filled with laughter, love, and connection. These are the stories we cherish, the ones we revisit to bask in the warmth of happy memories. They remind us of the good times, the bonds we share, and the moments that make life worth living. They are the sunshine that peeks through the clouds on a cloudy day, some deeply painful. These are the stories we often try to bury, the ones that bring back feelings of sadness, loss, and regret. They can be difficult to confront, but they are also a part of who we are. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. It only allows them to fester and grow. The stories of hurt and betrayal, the moments when trust was broken and hearts were wounded. These experiences can leave deep scars, shaping our future relationships and our ability to trust others. They can create walls around our hearts, protecting us from further pain, but also isolating us from genuine connection. These stories, particularly those filled with pain and resentment, can become like a heavy stone in our hearts, a burden we carry with us, weighing us down and preventing us from moving forward. It becomes a constant reminder of the pain we've endured, a symbol of the injustice we've suffered. We hold on to this stone, thinking it gives us power, a sense of control over the situation. We believe that by clinging to our anger and resentment, we are somehow punishing the person who hurt us. We tell ourselves that we are justified in our feelings, that we deserve to hold on to this pain. But in reality, it only weighs us down, hindering our ability to heal and move on. The weight of the stone becomes unbearable, affecting our physical and emotional well-being. It drains our energy, clouds our judgment, and prevents us from experiencing joy and peace. Forgiveness is the brave choice to put that stone down, to release the burden and free ourselves from its weight. It's an act of self-compassion, a recognition that we deserve to be free from the pain and resentment that are holding us captive. It's about choosing healing over bitterness and hope over despair. Holding on to anger and resentment punishes us, not the person who inflicted the pain. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The bitterness consumes us from the inside out, poisoning our thoughts, our emotions, and our relationships. The person who hurt us may not even be aware of the pain they caused, or they may have already moved on with their life. Meanwhile, we are stuck in the past, replaying the events over and over in our minds, allowing them to continue to control us. We chain ourselves to the past, becoming prisoners of our own pain. We allow the past to define us, to dictate our future, and to prevent us from experiencing true freedom and happiness. We are giving power to our pain, allowing it to control our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. We become victims of our own stories, trapped in a cycle of resentment and bitterness. Forgiveness is a journey for our own healing, a path towards freedom and peace. It's not about condoning the actions of the person who hurt us, or forgetting what happened. It's not for the other person. It's about releasing ourselves from the grip of the past and creating a better future for ourselves. It's a declaration that we will not be defined by our wounds, that we are stronger than the pain we have endured. It's about taking back our power and choosing to live a life filled with purpose, joy, and love. By forgiving, we reclaim our story, rewriting the ending and choosing a different path forward. We become the authors of our own lives, rather than being dictated by the events of the past, and choose hope over sorrow, embracing the possibility of a brighter future. We allow ourselves to feel joy again, to experience love and connection without the fear of being hurt. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It doesn't diminish the pain we have experienced. The scars may remain, serving as a reminder of what we have overcome. But it gives us the power to rise above it, to transform our pain into strength and resilience. We learn from our experiences, growing wiser and more compassionate along the way. We are more than our wounds. We are survivors, warriors, and healers. We have the power to create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and joy. We are whole, complete, and worthy of love and happiness. We embrace ourselves, flaws and all, recognizing that our imperfections are what make us unique and beautiful. And we are free. Free from the chains of the past, free from the burden of resentment, and free to create a future filled with love, joy, and peace. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, a decision to let go of anger and resentment. It's an internal process, freeing us from the cycle of suffering. Forgiveness is not forgetting or excusing the wrong. We can forgive while still holding someone accountable. It's not about reconciliation. You can forgive without letting someone back into your life. Forgiveness is a solitary act of grace, independent of the other person's response. It's not weakness. It takes strength to let go of anger. The weak cling to bitterness. The strong choose freedom. Forgiveness is for your own well-being, not theirs. You can forgive someone who isn't sorry, or even someone who's gone. The freedom it brings is yours alone. By forgiving, you reclaim your happiness. You choose to be free. We forgive to set ourselves free. Holding a grudge keeps us trapped in the past, reliving pain. Forgiveness is taking back the key to our own freedom. Imagine carrying a backpack of heavy rocks, each one a grievance. These rocks only weigh us down. They don't affect the person who hurt us. Forgiveness is choosing to put down the rocks and walk lighter. It frees up our energy for love, creativity, and joy. Without forgiveness, we become defined by our wounds. With forgiveness, we become the hero of our own story. We move from victimhood to empowerment. Forgiveness is essential for a vibrant life. It's the freedom to define who we are. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Unforgiveness is a self-inflicted wound, poisoning our thoughts and bodies. Chronic anger leads to real health problems: stress, high blood pressure, and pain. We make ourselves sick by holding on to hurt. Unforgiveness breeds anxiety and depression, trapping us in the past. It makes us cynical, robs us of joy, and darkens our world. Our bitterness can spill over, damaging relationships with others. Loved ones may struggle to connect with us through our anger. We push away those who could help us heal. Unforgiveness isolates us, building walls around our hearts. We keep out not just the person who hurt us, but also the love we need. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a storm within your soul. It darkens your perspective, weighs you down with negativity, and prevents you from experiencing the joy and peace that life has to offer. Forgiveness, however, acts as a powerful balm, a soothing force that calms the storm inside us. It allows the clouds of anger and bitterness to dissipate, and lets the sun of peace shine again, illuminating your path forward with hope and clarity. It's about creating space for light to re-enter your life. The first gift of forgiveness is profound emotional relief. It's like a heavy weight being lifted from your shoulders, freeing you from the burden of past hurts. The burden lifts, and we can breathe freely again, inhaling the fresh air of possibility and renewal. It allows us to take a deep, cleansing breath, releasing the tension that has been held captive within our bodies. Inner peace is the essential foundation for rebuilding happiness. Without it, true joy remains elusive. Forgiveness cultivates this inner peace, creating a stable ground upon which you can construct a more fulfilling and joyful life. Forgiveness not only benefits our emotional state, but also significantly improves our health. Holding on to anger and resentment can manifest in physical ailments, while forgiveness promotes healing and well-being. As we release the grip of resentment, our bodies begin to heal as we let go of stress, allowing our natural healing mechanisms to function optimally. The physical tension melts away, replaced by a sense of ease and relaxation. We sleep better, experience deeper and more restorative rest, feel more energetic throughout the day, and approach life with renewed vigor. Forgiveness opens the channels within us and allows healing energy to flow freely, revitalizing our mind, body, and spirit. Our relationships improve as forgiveness allows us to approach others with greater understanding and empathy. It breaks down the walls of defensiveness and allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, as we open our hearts to new connections and possibilities. We become more compassionate and trusting, extending grace and understanding to those around us. This compassion extends not only to others, but also to ourselves, fostering self-acceptance and self-love, both with others and ourselves. Forgiveness strengthens the ties that bind us, deepening our bonds with loved ones and creating a more harmonious and loving environment. Most importantly, forgiveness is an act of self-empowerment. It allows us to break free from the chains of victimhood, and we reclaim our personal power, taking control of our lives and our destinies. We cut the cord to the past, severing the ties that bind us to pain and resentment. We are no longer defined by our past experiences and choose how we want to live, creating a future filled with hope, purpose, and joy. Our happiness is no longer held hostage by someone else's actions or words. We realize our happiness depends on us, on our ability to forgive, to heal, and to create a life filled with love, compassion, and joy. Forgiveness is a journey, not a single leap. The fourfold path guides us. First, tell the story, acknowledge the hurt honestly, name the hurt, identify what was lost, and allow yourself to grieve. Only by understanding the wound can we begin to heal. The third step is to grant forgiveness. Release the other person from your anger. This is a conscious choice, often repeated for your own peace. Each time you forgive, the past loosens its grip. The final step, renew or release the relationship. Sometimes forgiveness leads to reconciliation. Other times, it means setting boundaries. You can forgive and still choose distance to protect yourself. This step honors both your forgiveness and your well-being. The journey is about healing, not forgetting. It's about setting yourself free. Forgiving ourselves is often the hardest task. We are our own harshest critics, punishing ourselves with guilt and shame. Self-condemnation can be more imprisoning than anger toward others. We replay our mistakes, believing guilt is penance, but it only prolongs suffering. To forgive ourselves, we must offer the same compassion we'd give a friend. Acknowledge the mistake, take responsibility, and recognize our shared humanity. Holding on to guilt doesn't change the past or help anyone. True repentance is learning and committing to do better. Self-forgiveness is humility and love, accepting our flaws and worthiness. By forgiving ourselves, we release shame and create space for growth. It's the ultimate act of coming home to ourselves. Forgiveness isn't just personal, it sends ripples of healing into the world. When one person forgives, they break the chain of pain. Retaliation only creates more victims. Forgiveness stops the cycle. In families, one act of forgiveness can change generations, opening doors to healing. It teaches compassion and grace to the next generation. The same is true for communities and nations. Historical wounds can be healed by forgiveness. Leaders and citizens who choose forgiveness create the possibility of peace. Every act of forgiveness is a vote for a more peaceful world. You become a carrier of peace, modeling strength for others. Your forgiveness is a quiet revolution. It's a ripple of hope that changes the world. Forgiveness is the power of the human heart to choose love over hate. Life is long, a winding road filled with unexpected turns and unforeseen challenges. It stretches out before us, an unwritten story waiting to be lived. And we choose what we carry. Every day, we make choices about what we hold on to, what we allow to weigh us down, and what we decide to release. These choices shape our journey and ultimately define our experience. We can haul every hurt and injustice, clinging to past grievances and nursing old wounds. We can allow bitterness and resentment to fester, poisoning our present and clouding our future, letting it weigh us down and steal our joy. This heavy burden can become unbearable, crushing our spirit and dimming our light. It can rob us of our energy, our enthusiasm, and our ability to fully embrace life's possibilities. Or we can put the burden down, consciously choosing to release the weight of the past. We can acknowledge the pain, learn from the experience, and then gently set it aside, and choose forgiveness. Forgiveness not just for others, but for ourselves. It's about releasing the anger, the resentment, and the desire for revenge. It's about choosing peace over conflict and healing over bitterness. Scars may remain, a reminder of the battles we've fought and the challenges we've overcome. They tell a story of resilience and strength, but they don't have to ache. The pain can fade, the wound can heal, and the scar can become a symbol of growth and transformation. Forgiveness acknowledges the wound, recognizing the reality of the pain and the impact it had on our lives. It's not about denying what happened, but about accepting it as part of our story, but refuses to let it define us. We are not our past mistakes, our past traumas, or our past hurts. We are more than the sum of our experiences. We have the power to choose who we become. The past can't be changed, no matter how much we might wish it could. What's done is done, and we can't go back and rewrite history, but our relationship to it can. We can choose to view the past as a source of wisdom and growth, rather than a source of pain and regret. We can learn from our mistakes and use them to guide us towards a better future. Release is the ultimate kindness to ourselves. It's an act of self-compassion, a way of nurturing our inner well-being and creating space for healing and growth. Our peace of mind is more important than our grievance. Holding on to anger and resentment only hurts ourselves. Letting go allows us to reclaim our inner peace and find serenity in the present moment. Forgiveness is letting ourselves off the hook, freeing ourselves from the prison of our own making. It's about releasing the self-blame, the self-criticism, and the self-doubt that hold us back, unchaining our spirits. It allows us to soar to new heights, to explore our full potential, and to live a life of purpose and meaning. We become free to walk with a light heart and open mind. The world opens up to us, filled with possibilities and opportunities. We can embrace life with joy, enthusiasm, and a sense of wonder. The future is a blank page, a fresh start, a new beginning. It's an opportunity to create the life we've always dreamed of. Write a story of freedom and joy. Fill it with love, laughter, and meaningful experiences. Create a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your values. You have the power to forgive and let go. The power resides within you to heal, to grow, and to create a life of lasting happiness. This freedom is your birthright. Claim it, embrace it, and live it to the fullest.